The fact of the matter to realize is sales is just beyond the sales role, right?
As a founder, you're selling yourself, your company to the investors, right, Pawan?
No, but see, this is what all you guys are talking about. This is the problem.
Absolutely. There are eventually only two things, right? There is building and selling.
I would argue, sales is more important than building, and I'll tell you my reason. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do for people, whoever subscribes to this channel, in the next, I think Pete, you guys can figure out a way. I'll give away.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Indian Startup Desktop, a special edition.
Hello.
Hello!
See, I know the cues. I watch you guys. I love you guys.
So in this episode, we have a very special guest. So Saad is an extremely popular content creator on Instagram. He creates a lot of brilliant videos.
You know what? Listen, Pete, I'm so sorry. I'm going to interrupt you for a second. I apologize because let me introduce you guys. Here's my take on this podcast, right? If you guys every week want to find out what the fuck's actually going on in the startup universe on a very realistic perspective where people are not jerking each other off, sit and watch this.
I mean, okay.
Sure.
No. See, this is one of the most fun, realistic, and actually diverse takes. One of the more favorite things I watch on the internet today. And I hope you guys enjoyed. This is something I absolutely love. Pete and Pravan and I forgot.
Saksham.
No, he's not important.
Saksha are amazing. I rarely do these kind of things, and the only reason I'm doing this is because I absolutely love and admire what these guys are doing right now. And this is I am so honored and I'm so excited to be a part of this. So to Indian Startup Desk, huge round of applause. Let's go.
Cool. So even before we start, we want to do a quick pulse check on your Indian startup knowledge, Saad. So let's play this game called Guess Which Startup Am I? Okay. So I'm going to read out a quote and you're going to guess which startup it is. So first, I'm the most popular UPI app in India. FYI, I love shopping at Walmart.
bHARat Pay or Google Pay? I don't know which one.
No.
Pay. Oh, I'm bad. It's been a while.
Well, that's not a great start.
Pawan,
Paytm?
Let Saksham take it.
Yes, so the answer to this, Saad, is PhonePe, and Walmart actually was
I knew-
a big queue for that.
Dude, I use PhonePe still. How did I? PhonePe of all of them. I don't know why I didn't say PhonePe. Ridiculous. And for some reason, okay, cool.
Yeah, don't worry, you can salvage this in the next question.
Guys, one second. I'm not presuming I know shit. Okay, I don't know shit. I enjoy watching. I don't know. That's the reason I watch you people. Okay, so don't fucking test my knowledge. Okay, please.
I didn't say. But the next question is this. I'm a sleek and cool fintech app, but for some reason, everybody seems to hate me. FYI, I can give you some coins if you don't hate me.
Cred.
Yes.
Let's go.
Okay, I don't think you'll know this one because this is a little bit more, less popular, I guess. But this is the next cue. Uber and Ola are my competitors. I started with bike taxis, but now I have them all.
Namayatri? Rapido?
Rapido is
Yep.
the right answer.
Let's
See,
go.
crazy.
Rapido is still successful or what? I thought by now they would have shut down.
Rapido is a crazy example for perseverance and execution.
That's
Not as
awesome.
good as an example as you, Pawan. Okay, let's check out some funny shit from this week. So we all know Vibe coding is a thing, but look at Vibe payments. UPI killed the vibe of pulling out a leather wallet from your back pocket, peeling off crisp notes, counting them with a smug "I've got this energy" and handing them over like a boss. Now it's just tap, beep, done, no drama, no flair. Do you guys think this?
I do.
Yeah.
But
I
it's
don't realize when my money goes out of my pocket. It's actually much worse. It was so much better when I used to have cash to go around.
I'm just waiting for Apple Pay to come to India. Tap and move ahead.
Yeah, you know what's weird though? Like here we only operate with Apple Pay, right? And like I didn't realize the shift, and now that I've come, I don't have same thing, but Apple Pay is actually cooler, dude.
Kunal Kamra's at it again. So another tweet by Zomato, another reply by Kunal Kamra. Some people skip giving ratings to delivery partners. The same people get upset when their work does not get recognition. People skip giving minimum wage, and social security. Same people get upset when they are sent to prison. Sheesh, man, this guy's always on it.
Bro, Kamra was such a legend. He hit a downward spiral and just didn't take the L and shut up, dude.
Okay, look at this.
God.
Purpose over profits, courses over startup. This is something
This
that
one was actually sad.
yeah, we've always spoken about this, Pavan, but Ankur Wariku earned 70 crore plus from selling courses on business. His own startup nearby, which I was a part of, generated total revenue of 13.6 crore with a loss of 3.5 crore. Ashmir Grover the same, Vivek Bindra the same. A trader named Asmita Patel, who earned only 12 lakh by stock trading, earned 150 crore by selling courses on stock trading. What the fuck is happening, right, guys?
Courses are shady as fuck.
Saksham, something you'll understand. Building for Bharat. When a founder is building for Bharat, but they've never left Gurgaon.
I come
That's
from Faridabad,
isn't
bro.
that
I
Saksham?
understand. I am Bharat.
This is damn weird, but India's first entrepreneurial preschool, guys. Who the fuck wants this shit?
Why don't
They
they
moved
train
from
mother while she's in her womb?
Dude, I was listening to this recently. There was another guy, they call it unschooling or some shit. The whole idea is they don't have normal schooling. They train kids to be entrepreneurs. Like that's the school. The school format is they don't have exams and shit like that. They're just teaching them real life shit.
Look
Maybe
at
it's something like that, but looks scammy though.
this is what sells in India. From selling IIT coaching, they've moved to selling entrepreneurship.
directionally challenge. This is something that happens with me all the time. But look at this. Both me and the Swiggy delivery guy being directionally challenged, bro. I'm never getting my order. This always happens. Swiggy guy is like, I'm in this road, should I take a left or a right? And then I physically stand like this and try to visualize where the fuck he is. And the order never comes on time, by the way.
I'm like, भाई मेरे को ही नहीं पता है.
It happened recently when I went to Bangalore, but you'll never face those issues when you are in UAE.
Dude, one sweet
Weird.
thing about that Grab, Gojek across Southeast Asia as well as probably in Dubai as well, you can put a picture, come here. That's such a
I love
easy
that.
thing.
Yeah.
Why don't they do that in India? I don't know.
Dude, the roads are fucking confusing, bro. I was staying by mistake. I booked a room when I was staying in Bangalore recently in Shivaji Nagar by mistake. I didn't even know I was booking in Shivaji Nagar because Airbnb. The Airbnb fucking pictures look good. I had no idea it was fucking Shivaji Nagar. I'm like, yo, what the fuck am I doing in Shivaji Nagar suddenly? I'm like, yo, this is so
Oh
weird.
God.
Nice place though.
No comment.
Nice. No hate from Bangalore.
Dude, Bangalore hotel prices have gone fucking ridiculous.
If you actually see, right,
It's
India has
crazy.
the highest prices. If you compare all of Southeast Asia, the infrastructure is significantly poorer, but the accommodation everywhere is 2x, 3x.
Yeah, for the same price, you'll get a decent place in Dubai, which is ridiculous by any standards. Like, what
No
the
wonder
fuck?
property prices in Dubai are going up. All because
If
of
you're
Indians.
buying properties in Dubai, hit me up. We just launched our. Oh, you know what? I haven't done. No. I haven't done
Who do you
this.
think we are, Saad?
No. I'm talking to the audience, Habibi. I'm not talking to you guys. Plug in. No. Just listen. Very interesting.
Amazing.
I haven't done this announcement till now, but I'm going to do it here. We
Let's
just
go.
launched our real estate firm.
Let's go. Woohoo.
Woohoo!
That's why I disappeared for a month. Okay, move on.
20% discount for ISD guys.
If you want a discount code, just type ISD Saad 100. You'll get 100% off on the shop.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do for people whoever subscribes to this channel in the next I think you guys can figure out a way. I'll give away 10 slots for free for my online community forever.
Let's go.
Dude, this is awesome.
Okay.
Okay, guys, let's move on to the story of the week. Why is sales treated as such a dirty word? Even before Saad jumps in, let me quickly set context. An IIM graduate quits a 21 LPA job in 10 days after realizing the role involves sales. Now, we've probably heard this in different pockets wherever we work, but a lot of the young folks, a lot of the people we speak to, has a very similar opinion. Sales, for some reason, has a very negative connotation attached to it. And Saad, as somebody who creates a lot of content on great sales practices and strategies, what is your take on this?
Fuck all, bro. Companies are assholes. And no, I'll be very frank with you. Okay, like this whole every time I hear business development manager, I want to kill myself. Okay, because like, what are you developing? The thing is, we have taken away the whole thing is we have figured out that if you put a title that, say, for example, you put a title to a name, automatically they are elevated. Now India has misused titles so badly and so blatantly that now the titles mean jack shit. No, it's I'm so sorry. No, and I'll tell you why. It's a problem. Okay, for example, we just hired 40 SDRs. Okay, SDR is a universal term for outreach specialists. Those are
Yeah.
called
Sales
that
development
is
representatives.
sales development representatives. A fairly simple term. The role of an SDR is extremely written down. ये उनका काम है, ठीक है? Then you have account executives, then you have senior account executives, then you have so on and so forth. The problem today, especially in India and like now probably even in Middle East and some of these other places, companies have figured out that if you put SDR in their title, when they're doing outreach, nobody wants to talk. So they have now made their number one, they realize nobody wants to work as an SDR. So they have just increased the title, number one, which is a shitty thing to do because kids have no idea what they're getting into.
What are some of the funny titles you've seen in place of SDR, by the way?
RM is a new word that just keeps popping out in Dubai, relationship managers or some shit like
It's
that, which
a
are
very
basic.
banking term.
The thing is, unless and it's right, why these kids are getting pissed off is extremely right because number one, most of these companies that are hiring salespeople do not give them the fucking resources. They do not give them adequate leads. They do not give them adequate softwares. They do not give adequate infrastructure. They do not give adequate training. They get a kid from the road and give them a fucking phone book and tell, hey, dial, this is your job. And the kid has no idea what the fuck he's doing. And then we're like, oh, cold callers are shitty. You don't train them. And it's insanely stupid how companies have been exploiting salespeople. Like, salespeople are dickheads. We are narcissistic in nature. We are all of those things and all of those things in the bucket. But literally speaking, sales is the only system in any company. And you can argue this with everything else, but I will stand my ground. Without it, the company will fail.
Absolutely. There are eventually only two things, right? There is building and selling. Everything else is just gamification, beautification, calling a tea as chai latte.
I would argue sales is more important than building, and I'll tell you my reason. I can still sell a shitty product and get revenue for my company. But without sales, even a brilliant product will fail. A brilliant service will fail.
That's true. That's true.
And they are the most, and sales is the only thing that is independent of anything else. What does that mean? That means if a salesperson is bad, it's evident because how much sales did he do? When it comes to graphic designing or any PMs or any other job positions in any roles within a company, it is also reliant on everything else. Today, if I hire an SDR and I tell him this is his job, I can determine within a month what his value is. His value is 10 times what he brings into a company. If a sales guy comes and tells me I want 10 lakh rupees salary or 25 lakh rupees salary or 30 lakh rupees salary, I'm more than happy to give it.
Yeah.
You have to bring 10x that. That is it's a very hard coded number. And most people don't have the discipline to survive this space.
The fact of the matter to realize is sales is just beyond the sales role, right? Any role after a point that you end up, you are doing sales. As a product manager, you're selling your stuff to engineers or like either to other business teams or other customers. As an engineering manager, also you're selling it to your junior engineers or your CEO. Every job is a sales job after
As
a
a
while.
founder, you're selling yourself, your company to the investors,
Everything.
right, Pawan?
Yeah, that's founder job is a sales job.
See, this is what all you guys are talking about. This is the problem. This exact thing, how you guys are describing everybody's, that's a problem. And I'll tell you why that's a problem. It is not.
Okay.
Sales is sales. What you guys are doing with your PM talking to the CEO talking to whatever is not sales. And till we don't understand it's an actual skill that a person when he's good is able to make that sales. Like I know people who are brilliant in this firm who can't bring in that money.
Yeah.
You can speak all in the world, but when it comes down to actually going down and selling, you can't sell. So again, I'm a little sensitive to this topic because yes, people have been these companies have been hiring kids without giving them information as to what they're actually doing, what their title actually means. We did recently do hiring. I brought everyone onto a Zoom call literally, and this Zoom call is recorded and sent to everyone. I said, before you make this decision of joining me, this is everything you will do. If you want in, you join us. You don't want in, don't join. Most companies don't do that.
Yeah, I actually agree. I think in India, the biggest problem in sales is one, obviously, expectation setting. I think it's horribly off. You are expected to join a company saying that, okay, I will give you an enterprise role or this mid-market role, etc. You're asked to do 10 different things. And I've realized this and just to your point, Saad, I've actually hired kids straight out of college. And this is maybe a couple of years ago. You realize that you can't ask them to even call somebody and say, okay, will you like to see a demo from me? Because what you have to actually spend time with that person is telling them how to write a basic email. how to write a basic presentation, how to even speak on phone professionally with somebody who's your peer or somebody who's been in the industry for 10 years. Like, what's the difference in the way that you just communicate to that person? I think a lot of these skills are actually missing in India. And yeah, I think also super underrated in India.
Also, tell
Yeah.
me a school that actually teaches sales.
School of life.
One school. No, no. Actually, the thing is,
Yeah.
no. This is hilarious to me. This is hilarious to me that such a crucially important component of a company, sales, has no fucking education.
Even MBAs don't teach sales, if I'm not wrong.
No, no. Not a single fucking MBA teaches sales. You have marketing, PM, tech, this, that, falana. And a kid of just got out of college, he's expected to figure all of this out and start selling to people who are fucking CXOs of companies and large enterprises. How?
That's
Also,
true.
I think the bigger problem in India is, in sales is a job that requires a lot of accountability. In India, I have at least seen that there are folks who are probably twice, thrice as experienced as I am, but there is no sense of accountability. There is no sense of ownership, and it's not just their fault, right? The organizations that they worked for, this was never a skill that they were asked to build, or they were actually being invested in to say, okay, how do I help you get these one, two, three, four, five, typical, very pointed skills. Today it's very generic. Oh, ठीक है, मेरे को 10 साल I've been working, so I'll get a title of a director. I'll be working 4 years, so I'll get a title of a junior sales manager, etc.,
Yeah,
etc.
I
Can I
think
tell you an interesting fact? I'm so sorry I'm cutting you off.
no, no, shoot,
Yeah, yeah,
Most
please.
good away.
most great salespeople love a sales title and never a manager title. No good
Yeah,
salesperson wants to be a manager. No one.
Yeah.
Because they know they'll actually make money doing sales. India, may you think salespeople make money?
I
No.
don't think so.
We don't have commission. We don't have structures
It's
within
extremely
firms that
bad.
allows them.
So I feel, again, being in sales, it's very industry specific. But I still feel, one, in India, there is no standardization to say whether it's a 10x outcome that is expected or 20x outcome. I think there is a lot more standardization across the rest of the world.
Yeah,
India doesn't have that. And I personally, again, being in this space for now 5+ years, I very visibly see that gap. Second is, there is not enough incentive. You can't expect a good salesperson to be driving a lot more outcomes, because obviously the salary is tied to the experience, to the job, the industry, so many things. But an incentive has to be equal parts, whether it's
Yeah,
a senior director, VP of sales versus a junior most guy. If that guy is getting business, you better fucking pay that guy, bro. Like,
yeah,
it's as simple as that.
100%. 100. I wouldn't. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
One of the most underlooked. If someone's bringing you business, if he's bringing you as much business as the director of sales apparently of that firm, he should be getting as much money as a director of sales. Your
200%, yeah.
value is 10x of what you bring.
yeah.
That's it. That number is like you cannot fight that number across the world except for in India. India is the only place where salespeople are broke, which is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
I think
You've
going
touched
back to
a
the
few nerves.
topic, this is,
I'm so sorry. Yes, please go on, Pete.
no, in India, a lot of people are broke, but that's a whole different conversation. Uh, but going back to the topic, right? Why does sales have such a bad rap? I also think it's got to do with how sales was done and perceived in legacy industries. Industries like maybe pharma, um, um, insurance maybe, where it was a lot of grunt work. There was a lot of walking into meetings or walking into rooms where you don't have meetings per se. And salespeople are always considered to be sleazy people, con men, trying to get something out of somebody without saying the right truth. But a lot of it has changed, right? Right now I think how business is done has obviously evolved over time with technology, with software, etc. I feel like sales has also improved and developed over time, but for some reason it still has a bad rap.
Can I tell you something? It's not. It's not developed over time. It's still as sleazy as you say it is. Nothing has changed. And I'll tell you something.
Yeah,
It is the fault of the firms. It is the fault of our system because how the fuck should one? A kid figured out when he was 12, he has no other option, and somebody said, "You speak well, do sales." He's now, lack of options and lack of education, has entered sales. Now, in order for him to survive, he has to bring in money. Guess what? Nobody's teaching him how to bring in money. He's just told you
Yeah.
have to bring in money. Now, this kid figured out if I lie, I will bring money. So as he is reinforcing this shit, he's becoming a shittier person. Now, is it the fault of the company who has not given him any actual training? Is it the fault of the fact that the manager is also the same shitty person because he also never had training? So he's reinforcing that shit show to his fucking subordinates, or what is the hierarchical fucking problem? It is
Yeah.
such a dark hole we jumped into. Sorry, I'm making things very dark. This is supposed to be fun. Sales is actually really, really fun.
That's right.
On point here. Let's get into it.
Let's move on to the next topic. I think I don't have a lot of
Oh,
insights over here, but it's worth thinking about. Um, but this is an honest question that Paras Chopra is asking. Why are the big profit generating cash rich companies in India not investing in R&D?
Because the big profit generating cash rich companies in India which are listed and the shareholders do not appreciate the cash going into R&D. The stock market does not reward R&D in India. That's one of the biggest reasons actually. Because R&D gives you a result in like 10 years, 15 years, and stock markets values you for like 8 years, 8 months, 16 months, 24 months results. That's my opinion. Like, Saad, go ahead.
the sheer inability to come down to a decision.
Yeah.
Large
Hmm.
enterprises have so many large heads with large egos that are constantly playing whose cock is bigger that they can't actually accept each other's ideas. The ability to actually make a fucking decision is so hard for an enterprise that is large that it's not they don't want to do it, they just can't come down to a conclusion what to do.
I think this
Hmm.
tweet kind of captures my point. But the top 50 companies make almost all the profit. They all have regulatory modes. No need to worry about competition for the most part. So, no need to innovate.
I also feel if you look at companies like US and China, right, there's a lot of government support and funding that comes in. I think India actually lacks a lot of government collaboration. So that collaboration is missing, and there is not enough funding from the ecosystem and the government that's coming in. And obviously, then there is short-term focus on profits. There's a lot of risk aversion, especially in case of these large organizations that obviously come in and why folks are not investing in R&D.
Okay, let's move
No.
on. Let's move on to the main Elafda of the week. Urban Companies News Service. I'm still not sure how I feel about this yet, but look at this. IPO bound urban company has entered quick commerce, offering 15 minutes maid booking services. And this is the ad that they have. Your maid left you hanging. We leave your home spotless. Horrible copy. Insta maids at your service in 15 minutes. Book now for 49 rupees per hour. The larger thing is that they are going to be paying 245, so 49 is just a introductory preliminary offer. But look at this guy's tweet. This is terrible at so many levels. It's unbelievable how devoid of empathy some startups and venture capital ecosystem have become in exploiting labor under the name of product innovation. Saksham, do you want to give your first thoughts over here?
I actually don't see why there is so much negativity around this. I feel today there is no standardization when it comes to house help in India. And if I really look at my household today, I am paying my cook and maid, like it's the same lady who comes. I'm paying her, I think 7 or 8K a month, and that comes down to less than 200 rupees per day. If urban company is looking at paying them 250 rupees an hour, I think it's helping them standardize things. Also, we did speak about MyGate wanted to introduce something like this for their communities, wherein I think there is merit in introducing some sort of basic wages so that we can protect these people from exploitation. I think that's the main objective. Why something like this is being introduced rather than actually trying to pay them less money or trying to exploit them. But Sad, what are your quick thoughts?
Man, urban companies killing it in Dubai, killing
Oh,
it
they
in Dubai.
entered.
Oh, really? Do
I
you
Interesting.
use
we
that offer?
yeah we use urban company. I use urban company all the fucking time. Like I all the time. Like I would
Hmm.
use urban company in Dubai in India, and I wouldn't really think much of it. But I spend like for example, I was just doing the calculation as I was doing this. I pay urban company made 1,396 rupees per hour when she comes to clean my house per hour.
If I
That's
guess, yeah.
59 dirhams per hour. She does 1 hour of cleaning. She comes for three times if she would come 3 to 4 times. That's close to about 5,000, 20,000. 1 hour of work, 3 days a week, 20,000 rupees. Now, not a lot for Dubai, but it's crazy. That's number one. Number two, maids have been nobody's been giving them any kind of respects. If you think anyone is giving them respect, go go back to your hometown or your home and see how your mother or your father or your grandmother or your grandfather
Yeah,
treats them. When they wear an urban company's logo and they come home, you will give them 2 rupees is that. So the level of
that's true.
delusion in this post is the lack of awareness of everything other than their urban developed 2 kilometer radius. Does that make sense?
Thing is, India doesn't have dignity of labor or labor laws, and that's the reason they have been exploited for the whole of the time, right? And the moment these people start making little more money, the larger part of the society has issues with it, because larger part of society always want them to be like on the lower side and don't want
You know
them to
what?
come up.
I'm betting on urban company. I'm betting it's
Yeah,
such a
likewise.
clean
Plus
business
one.
with less noise. I'm betting on it being a larger play that's gonna, because it's extremely profitable even in Dubai. I don't know about profitable, but it's doing well in Dubai. And I know this. Like I look at it as a median of my ecosystem. I have about 20 people here. In a week, we take some sort of an Uber, urban company help 4 to 5 times on an average. It can be a carpenter, it can be a fixer, it can be my TV came and got fixed by urban company, my maid comes from urban company, my plumbing comes from urban company. You get what I'm saying? So psychologically speaking, if I'm paying 1,500 to 3,000, 4,000 rupees an hour
Yeah.
to an Indian company in UAE, I'm ready to take that bet.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with any of you. I actually think what urban companies doing is pretty fair. But here's the clarification that the price of 49 is just promotional. Actual earnings will be 249. And look, we've kind of seen this in the ride sharing or the ride hailing platforms where once like at certain peak times when it's almost impossible to get a specific ride, you essentially tip more. And this tipping is basically what determines whether you get a ride or not. So I'm sure even this service will move into that. But look, the larger point is that with urban companies, IPO is looming. They want to make a big bang. They are one of the very few home services company in this space, and they're doing extremely well. They're probably the market leaders for it as well. Because of quick commerce getting all the rage, all the hype, etc. Quick commerce companies' valuations are just going off the roof. So this is their foray into quick commerce. So UC getting into QC is probably how I would end this.
Nice.
Love it. Yo, listen, before you go, listen. You see that button? You see this button? Go click on that. That's like. Then you share. Then you subscribe. If you like, share, and subscribe, that's the only way you can participate in the free giveaway. Fair enough?
Let's go.
Let's go, guys.
Awesome.
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 Thank you
Awesome.
so much.
Do you know that song Aadmi Chutiya Hai?
Cute, don't worry.
आदमी चूतिया है कुछ भी मांगता है,
कुछ भी
that
कुछ
song,
भी चाहता है.
कुछ भी चाहता है, that song is the literal depiction of what these guys are talking about. Full circle moments, bro.